everybody? Welcome back to Black Thoughts Podcast, Season 4, Episode 4. Today, we want to talk about the effects of social media on all of its platform users, really. For the most part, when you see people on social media, they're taking pictures of, their everyday life and what's going on. And for the most part, it's always in a positive light. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of, negative things that are shown on there. I mean, we've all seen those shade room posts. We've all seen the World Star posts in the past of people fighting and everything like that, and it's generating so many likes and comments and stuff like that. And for the most part, like I said, it's not always all bad. For the most part, it is positive. But at the same time, social media, to me, is used as a mask to cover up what it is that you don't want people to see in your everyday life. Like, there's like when you look at those posts and you have those people that have those smiles on their face and they're always happy, and to us it's like, oh man, these people are living a great life, but behind those smiles are so much pain and so much suffering, right? So earlier this week I was I can't even say this week because today's Sunday. Last week. I was looking at a video that Ari Lennox had posted, right? And she was talking about how bad it was when she was on tour with the dude, what's his name? I think it's Rod Wave, right? And she was talking about they throwing water at her, or they were so rude and everything like that. Well, first of all, I want to say this about that. I don't think that crowd was not her crowd.
Yeah, she wouldn't be a good opener for that.
No.
They don't mesh well to be on tour together.
She's a very soulful person. Well, that's what it seems to me, right? She had, and she belongs with the Jasmine Sullivans and the like Erykah Badu's and stuff like that.
Rap-wise, she can open up for a Wale, a J. Cole. She'd comment if he was still rapping, like those type of rappers.
Yeah.
Like more subtle, smooth, clean, friendly rap. But like Rod Wave or a Travis Scott, like that's not.
No, I'm not saying that she's sort of kind of like.
Crowds don't match.
She's sort of kind of like neo soul or like what you was talking about the other day, alternative music, sort of kind of.
Alternative R&B.
Yeah.
I don't know if they put it under that just because they put alternative R&B under people.
Depending on how you dress.
Yeah. So she probably would go more under neo soul because she got that Erykah Badu.
Well, she was talking about that, and she was talking about how rude these people were, and she was talking about how she has how sometimes she's been a little depressed, and she's expressed this a lot like in the past too. She's talking about how people have always commented on her stuff, and they've said stuff about her like she's not beautiful, she's not pretty or something like that, talking about her. But I've never thought that she wasn't a beautiful person. I think she's a alright looking girl to me. Well, woman to me. You know what I mean? But it was so crazy because, like I said, in the past she was talking about all this stuff and all this anxiety and everything else like that. And then I guess Rod Wave got, I guess he got a whiff of what she was saying about him, because she actually started going in on him about some stuff which didn't make sense. Yeah, that didn't make sense about any of that stuff.
Anger out on him.
Right.
For how the crowd was.
What he said was, and people tried to jump on his back about it. He was like, yo, shorty, you just need to just go get some help. Like, you trying to use social media, you trying to use this platform to make people feel sorry for you, but it's people in the comments that's saying like, yo, if you didn't like what was going on, if you sign up to be on a tour with these people.
Yeah, I'm gonna say social media can have a very positive effect on your life, or it can go very negative. For some people, they find the confidence from social media. They find their circle from social media. They find women or men that they can, fellowship with and talk to and make friends outside of social media. People find social media as a new way to jumpstart a new career, extra income. Or on the flip side, depending on how social media is going for you, it can become very depressing. It can give you more social anxiety. It can really mess with your self-esteem. In some people's cases, it can destroy your career.
Absolutely.
So it really depends on what you're doing and how people perceive you, and then the type of energy you get. But then also, you got to be a little bit more thick-skinned if you're going to be someone in the celebrity light, influencer like real big on social media. You need a thick skin, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to talk bad about you. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you. But you need to learn when to not read those comments, when to not look and feed into that.
And let me tell you, that's like one of the cardinal rules that I've heard like in the past. Like when you're on YouTube, when you're on anything, like, yo, don't read the comments, because for just as many positive comments, there's just as many negative comments about you. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, maybe there's more positive than negative sometimes, but them negative ones, for some reason, they seem like they shoot to the goddamn top of the list, and they'd be the first thing you see. I ain't even gonna stunt to you, right? So, and I should have. I'm not even listening to myself. So there was one comment on the YouTube channel, right? And I went to it. And I went to it. I just wanted to see what it was. I was curious. Right. And it was on when we did the Cat Williams joint, right? And the dude was like, "Oh man, now everybody want to hop on the wave." With laugh out loud next to it. I said, "Yo, but it's a hot topic."
Yeah,
like what you supposed to do?
If you're discussing hot topics, then there's gonna be hot topics that you bring up. That's just it.
I'm like, yo, that's just what happens, right? I laughed about it because, like, I ain't no thing. Don't get me wrong, I did do some petty stuff. I did report the nigga, but you know what I'm saying? I just because.
You should just leave it there.
Just because. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna say social media can be. It's a dangerous place. Like, you probably see it because you don't be on TikTok as much as I do. But there was a lady who's now homeless with her kids. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 kids, because she packed up everything and she moved to Houston to pursue being, an influencer. And all of that fell through. Like, there was no real plan behind it. And now she's homeless. So, of course everyone's dragging. I don't want to drag, because you should follow your dreams.
No.
But when you're a parent, you do need to have, like, some stipulations in place. Like, you need to, if you're going to go there, you need to have a certain amount of money saved up, because your kids got to go to school or daycare. You need to be able to afford the housing. Houston ain't no cheap place to live either. No. Especially if you're renting and you're trying to be in the city, like, doing the influencer things. And then you also have to realize social media is very much about looks. And if you don't have a certain look, it's going to take a hell of a lot more to gain that following. And she didn't have the typical socially acceptable look for to be good looking and to be an influencer that people are going to throw brand deals and stuff at. So it's like, you're going to have to really work hard. Like, you're either going to have to embrace who you are and the size that you are, or, like, be super funny. Like, you always got to be, like, more of something else, so that people will be willing, because they're not going just off of your face. Because your face isn't good enough for mainstream media.
I'm about to say, I'm curious. So she wanted to jump out there. She wanted to be an influencer, right? Mm-hmm. So what did she do? Like,
I'm not even sure.
I'm about to say, because I'm curious about that, because I would think, all right, yo, if I'm this is for me personally, right? If I'm gonna quit my 9 to 5 straight up and just focus on this solely, first of all, I have to have a nest egg. I gotta have enough money saved up, right, to take care of bills and everything else like that. And second, this gotta be popping something serious for me to be like, all right, yo, let me just go ahead and push this 100% or 130, 150, 200%, so that way I can go ahead and get the ball rolling a little bit more.
Definitely. And I don't know what type of content she did, because all the videos I saw was somebody had, like, screen recorded and they reposted her video, or, like, the I think, like, news or somebody picked it up and they had recordings of that and people responding. So I never found the lady's actual page. But for most women, most of their content is like damn to life, shopping, makeup, fitness, health stuff, like things like that. Like work from home mom, being a mom, like certain type of stuff, unless they're running a business. But that's usually their general type of things that they're into. But outside of that, it's like you say, you even need a niche, or you need a very good fan base, especially when it comes to influencing, and you want to jump onto influencing via TikTok. Like, you're supposed to have a niche. I don't believe in doing a niche, because my one page is strictly my business. Then this page that we, like, do our lives and stuff on, it's really all over. It's my personal opinions, thoughts, current events, hair, makeup, shopping, whatever I feel like, because I don't want to be in a box. I don't like being in a box, because I don't want to do just only shopping, only fitness, only the podcast. I don't want just that. But you need to find a fan base that likes the way you jump to in order for it to work. Because if not, you end up in that predicament where you done jumped out somewhere. You and your kids are now homeless, and now you're going to go to social media and you're going to need help. Hopefully some people probably donate their GoFundMe or something to help the lady out. Especially because she has kids. They get it out there, but you do really need a plan. Like, you need to do your research. So many people are into social media and influencing now that in a sense, the market is oversaturated, but it's still more than enough room. You just have to find your people and your personalities to fit with them. That way, your group grows. But everyone can't be doing the exact same thing. Like, something got to set you apart. Like, we all doing fitness. It got to be something about you and your workout style or your personality that make me want to watch you over the other 100 fitness gurus that's already out there.
Right. I'm about to say, what pisses me off about that whole incident is how she went out here to go follow her dream, and then people wanted to go ahead and try to shit on her when it failed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never shit on somebody because they went ahead to try to follow their dream, and it just so happened to fail. Now, did she go about it the right way? Absolutely not.
It's not sounding like it.
You know what I mean? No, because she wasn't worried about, she wasn't thinking about her family.
And most people, yeah, I'm gonna say that's why most people's mad.
Yeah.
Most people's mad because it's like you have kids. So with having kids, you have to think smarter. You have to actually plan and be strategic. Like, at no point would I quit my job to do this full time and leave you with all the bills because we have a child. Now, if it was just the two of us and we had a smaller house and we had an apartment, rent was cheaper, and we ain't worrying about clothes and new school shoes and events and field trips and stuff coming up we got to pay for. It's just us. Okay, that means I don't buy no new clothes for a while. I don't go out to eat for a while. I need to eat what's in the house because we need to make the money stretch longer. That'd be something different. But with a kid, I'm like, you gotta be cautious.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to look crazy out here. Because then, like I said, social media drag you. So now, because of social media, she can use this in one or two ways. Whenever she gets herself resituated, if someone did a GoFundMe or whatever, now that you have this theme behind who you are, what are you going to do on your platform to pull people in and maybe keep that support coming? Because in a way, this bad publicity can turn into a positive for if she uses it right. You got to use everything correctly.
But I wanna give her a shout out though. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, for trying.
I didn't even see the post itself, yo. But just hearing that she actually took the attempt and took the leap of faith to actually try it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think I would just jump out and go to Houston.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
I don't really want to go to Texas anyway.
But yo, social media, like I said, it can be hard, man. You know what I mean? It can be a whole popularity contest. Like, yo, how many times do we look at somebody on social media and you see they only got one like in 10 hours? Yeah. Like how? Like, you know, let's be real for a second, right? They and most of them that have like one like or something like that, they might have like 300 followers, right? Say they got like 300 followers, or maybe someone might have less than 300 followers. But it's like, yo, you have 300 followers, and only one person liked your post today.
Yeah,
in 10 hours.
If I come across your video and I know it's only got 5 likes, I'm gonna stay there and watch it and like it. So I'm like, no one's seeing you yet, because there's a lot of talented, deserving people out here who just get the shot because they're not on the lighter scale of color. If they're black, they're not on the lighter scale of color. They're not the size 3, the size 5, or if they are on the thicker side, they aren't thick in the exact way in which people want to see you thick. Like, your waist got to be extremely small, but your hips is out to here. Like, if you're not that traditional image, if you're not doing the normal girly makeup things, it's like sometimes people don't want to watch you because you're not doing the standard quo what everyone else is doing.
Like, yo, I don't think people understand like how thick your skin has to be to actually post a picture on social media.
Yeah, because you never know.
Because you never know. Like, yo, somebody might be looking at, like, you might be feeling like your best self, right? And you take a pic, and here come, dang, yo, when your stomach get like that, what happened to your face? What's going on with this? It's so much shaming in there. It's always something like, oh my God, what happened to your hair? What's going on with it? Like, it's always something. It's always something going on in there, and it's like, yo, you have to be brave as hell to really sit here and take pictures. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people out here who are just naturally beautiful people, and no matter what happens, even if they just wake up out of bed, they're just naturally beautiful. They could take a picture and they'll get 1 million likes on this picture, man.
Yeah, and I was gonna say it's the same for everyone. Like, even people who are, so the same way that people who aren't the standard of beauty gets hit, the people who are considered the pretty girls and the ideal standard, they get the same thing. Because even though they got thousands of people that love all their stuff, they also have people saying stuff about them, constantly picking at their looks and their self-esteem. So even though they like, well, I'm getting the brand deals, I'm getting the trips, I'm out here, I'm getting the thousands, like, well, this person saying my boobs are too small, or my teeth are too far apart, or I need a nose job, and then they start doing things to themselves, or they revert back in and they want to post less because they don't know how they feel. So self-esteem wise, social media can really be up or down. Like, it can either boost you up, and as quick as it boosts you up, they can drag you right back down.